ideas?
I just love the fact that he's unable, even worse than me.
If Donald Trump is elected president of the United States, in a kind of historical way, it's exciting because...
That idea. And then he said, how would you like to play Donald Trump? And I loved that idea.
You know Trump's got thin skin, but wait till you see how he completely lost it over Johnny Depp's impression. The Hollywood star didn't just impersonate him, he absolutely nailed Trump's weird word salad that sounds like a constipated Coke machine trying to form sentences. Meanwhile, Trump's response? Total meltdown mode, calling Depp a low-talent has-been while forgetting his own laughable cameos in Home Alone and countless TV spots.
The absurdity of where his sentences might travel.
We're doing a Trump impression. You did the thing for Funny or Die. You do a great Trump, a really great Trump.
Thank you.
Yes.
The internet noticed that irony and the memes that followed made it 10 times worse for our former tweeter-in-chief. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Ever wonder what happens when a pirate takes on a president? Let's just say it's not pretty for the guy with the weird hair. And I'm not talking about Captain Jack Sparrow. Johnny Depp, the man who usually swings swords at undead pirates, decided to take a swing at our former commander-in-chief instead. While guesting on the Graham Norton show, Depp was supposed to be promoting whatever movie he was in at the time. Does anyone even remember? But he ended up giving the audience something way more entertaining, a Trump impression that nobody saw coming. When Depp first started his Trump impression, you could practically hear the audience thinking, is this funny or just weird? The studio went quieter than Trump's Twitter account after the ban, but then something magical happened. Depp started rambling about walls in Mexico in that unmistakable Trump cadence, and suddenly everyone was howling with laughter. This wasn't just some lazy celebrity doing a bad Trump voice while making a pouty face. No, Depp went deep. He channeled the essence of Trump's bizarre speaking style. You know, that special way of starting a sentence with no idea where it's going to end up, like a drunk person trying to find their way home through a maze.
I don't remember what the question was, but it doesn't matter because I'm not going to answer it anyway.
Very good. I approached Donald Trump as and it's not just about being a rich kid or anything like that.
What made Depp's impression so deadly accurate was how he captured Trump's unique talent for never quite reaching a logical conclusion in his speeches.
I can't believe that there are people that have never seen Alec Baldwin do Trump. That is shocking to me.
Well, I've seen Trump do Trump, which is shocking
Yes,
to me.
Back in the day, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall.
It's that special Trump quality where thoughts seem to be falling downstairs in his mind before tumbling out his mouth in random order. But what exactly did Johnny say that got under Trump's orange skin? In his eerily accurate Trump voice, Depp proclaimed, if Donald Trump is elected president of the United States in a kind of historical way, it's exciting because we will see the actual last president of the United States. Notice those stuttered ins? That's commitment to the craft, folks. Depp didn't stop there. He continued his impression with another gem. Everything is mine. Even if I don't own it yet, I'll have it. In just 9 words, he somehow captured Trump's entire business philosophy and worldview. It was like watching a verbal forensic sketch artist at work, creating a perfect match of Trump's mental fingerprints.
We will see the actual last president of the United States. It just won't work after that.
So you won't be thrilled if that happens?
There's a pretense. There's something created about him. How do you approach that?
The impression sounded like what you'd get if you crossed a constipated Coke machine with a broken GPS, constantly recalculating but never quite finding the route. Depp nailed that uniquely Trumpian ability to jump between topics faster than Fox News changes subjects when bad Republican poll numbers come in. What's truly impressive is how Depp managed to recreate those long, meandering Trump sentences that somehow circle back to self-congratulation without ever making a coherent point. You know you're watching a master at work when the parody makes more sense than the original. The clip spread across the internet faster than fake news on your uncle's Facebook feed.
Alec Baldwin do Trump.
He's unable to finish, to form a sentence.
to actually formulate a
Yeah.
sentence. I approached Donald Trump as what you kind of see in him when you really watch him.
People weren't just sharing it, they were creating memes, remixing it, and laughing their heads off. For a brief moment, Depp wasn't known as the guy from those Disney pirate movies. He was the guy who perfectly skewered Trump. What really seemed to set Trump off was Depp's prediction about him being the last president. Nothing triggers Trump faster than suggesting he's not the greatest thing to happen to America since sliced bread, which, by the way, he probably claims to have invented. Trump famously can't handle being laughed at. He can take criticism, attacks, even investigations, but mockery, that's his kryptonite. It probably didn't help that Depp's jokes about walls hit a little too close to home.
To actually formulate a
Yeah.
sentence that becomes vocabulary that actually works together.
Yeah.
I did my bit as Donald Trump. You don't want to be Donald Trump.
Because
Donald Trump. I'm going to build a wall.
Trump's entire political identity was wrapped up in that border wall fantasy, and here was some Hollywood elite making it sound as ridiculous as it actually was. For a man whose ego is more fragile than democracy during a Twitter coup, this was too much to bear.
Alex done all the work. I can just copy him.
Yeah,
That's,
exactly.
you know.
And he didn't think he could do it. He kind of just decided to try it, and he's really good.
Fabulous wall. Sensational wall. And all of my billions are not going to have...
Trump's response came quicker than his McDonald's order. Our former tweeter-in-chief, never one to let a celebrity diss go unaddressed, couldn't handle being the butt of the joke. When the man who literally suggested injecting bleach to cure COVID gets upset about someone else sounding ridiculous, you know you've struck comedy gold. Trump didn't waste any time hitting back at Depp, calling him a low-talent has-been in a classic Trump tantrum. Pretty rich coming from a guy whose acting resume includes that awkward cameo in Home Alone 2 where he basically plays himself pointing at a lobby. Let's not forget his stunning performances in Pizza Hut commercials either. Oscar-worthy stuff there, Donald.
If Donald Trump is elected president of the United States, in a kind of historical way, it's exciting because
That idea. And then he said, how would you like to play Donald Trump? And I loved that idea.
The internet had a field day with this clash of the Orange Titans. Memes comparing Depp's impression to the real Trump spread like wildfire, with one brutal comparison captioned expectations versus reality that perfectly captured the absurdity of it all. The side-by-side images said what we were all thinking. Political experts have a point. Humor might be our best defense against political nonsense. When criticism comes wrapped in a joke, even someone with skin thinner than Trump's comb-over has trouble deflecting it. Comedy does what serious political commentary often can't. It makes the truth easier to swallow while exposing the emperor's new clothes.